This is Exploring IRL. Today we are visiting the Torrey Pines State Reserve. This is a wilderness area that is reserved for these particular pine trees, the Torrey pines. There are only two places in the world that these things grow right now, so let's explore and see what we can find. First thing you see around here is these trees growing on the side of this hill, this bluff, looking out over the Pacific Ocean and this marshy area where one of the creeks is flowing into the ocean. Many of these trees down here are the Torrey pines that only grow in this area. They grow in this area along the San Diego coast, and also there's another grove up on one of the Channel Islands near Ventura. Looking down in this ravine, you can see that it is quite a rugged area here that these trees grow in. This is a beautiful preserve. There's lots of wide open spaces. The actual Torrey pines are scattered all around. Very beautiful trees, and we'll get a closer look at one of those in a few minutes. Now, this particular part of the park is closed for traffic, so there is a road that is well used by hikers and bikers and joggers. At the moment, there's not a space here. I mean, there's nobody on the road right at this moment. They're not too far from here. Weekends get very crowded. A lot of people come here, so it can get noisy. This is another view of the bluffs along the Torrey Pine Reserve here. You can see many of the pine trees out here going down into this ravine that goes eventually down to a fairly busy road over there. You can also pick up traffic noise from the freeway a little farther in the distance. So the peacefulness is not quite as much as I would have hoped for. Plus all the people hiking and riding and talking. It's been quite noisy. Kind of disappointing in a lot of ways. This is another view of another one of the canyons going down to the beach. You can see the ocean off in the distance there. And many of the Torrey pines are scattered throughout here as well. Here we see a little creek bed that is dry at the moment. It comes down this side of the trail, goes underneath the trail here, goes over here, and then goes off this edge and down into the canyon. And you can see here some of the erosion that has taken place because of the water when it comes flowing down here. It's really quite interesting and beautiful through here. Okay, here's a closer look at the Torrey pine needles. These needles are very long, which makes them different than most pine trees. And the trees are fairly scruffy, but very productive. They also have very large pine cones. You can see a couple up here. Beautiful forest, beautiful trees. Here we see another one of the canyons in the park, and you can see that there's some really interesting geology here. As it goes down through here, you can see where the people have, maybe natives have dug into the stone or possibly animals, maybe for storage of some kind. But this canyon continues on down to the coast, down through here. Now it is a cloudy day. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more foggy and misty, but not so. But it is overcast and cloudy, so it's not quite as beautiful. But it's still a great place to come hike, come visit. I've discovered the secret to getting away from all the noisy people is to go off on some of the side trails where there's not as many people. A lot of the people will be sticking to the roads where they can hike and jog and ride their bikes and talk and talk. So that's going to conclude our visit to the Torrey Pines State Preserve. It's a great place to come visit if you want to just walk, or you can get off the trails and go look around and see some of these trees. These trees are very unique. You're only going to find them in this area. Maybe like last week we saw them at the Santa Ana Botanical Preserve, a few there. But this is where they grow naturally, or out on the island, which is pretty hard to get to. So put down your electronic devices, come out here and explore. Have a great day.